I'm James Cahill, and I am the winemaker for Soter Vineyards, Tony Soter's Oregon project, certified sustainable winery producing an emphasis, we'll say, on estate-grown and regional blends of Pinot Noir and a little bit of sparkling wine. It's just a silly habit of ours. But what we have in '08 is a long growing season, and when we find ourselves in Oregon picking grapes in the middle of October, that means lots of things, especially if we're picking at leisure like we were. It means that the grapes have been out for a good long while. They've enjoyed a growing season. If we're not in a hurry, it means it's been a moderate growing season, right? And that there hasn't been heat and things that would force us to have to harvest because grapes are shriveling or something like that. And of course, if we're harvesting leisurely, it means it's under sunny skies. And I think what we regionally look for from '08s will be the precious and natural acidity that is so consistent. It's found consistently in '08 vintage Oregon Pinots. It's what our region does. It's a beautiful level of ripeness, a complete level of ripeness without excess, right? So that the things we can do in our cool climate, which is capture fruit flavors with freshness and life, rather than more confectioned or baked flavors, are so clear and consistent, I think, in most quality levels as well. Of course, the price of admission for fine Pinot Noir is pretty steep, right? You have to pay a few bucks to get a satisfying bottle of wine, but I think even on modest bottlings, you'll find good quality Pinot that will speak not just of Pinot, but of Oregon Pinot. Acidity, liveliness, structure, and again, with a thorough level of ripeness. That's a great question. Of course, the aging potential is always how you enjoy wine, right? But I think what we always qualified is that the wines will get better. You know, I think that there's structure in the wine and enough depth and volume in the quality of fruit that they will age gracefully, right, and in balance, and that you will be rewarded by waiting. Both in the near term, as the wines relax, waiting a year or so, you'll be rewarded with a better picture of what the young wine is. And then, of course, as it unfolds in its old age, I think one of the things we'll look for is that the wines may mature like many other vintages at 7, 8, 9 years old, but they'll probably hold for quite a long time, right? Where other wines may have less ability for a plateau. 2002 is a vintage we often look back on as controversial for some, but for many right-thinking folks in our region, I think 2002 was kind of a perfect year because there was good ripeness, there was not a lot of drama to harvest, the harvest conditions, and the wines had muscle, and if people didn't go too far in terms of manipulations or excessive hang time, made beautifully balanced wines that will age elegantly. 98 and 99. 99 would probably be more like '08 in that it was a miracle vintage at the time because we were harvesting into October, well into October, in a vintage that looked like it might be tough to get the grapes in. You know, that there were 3 challenging vintages in the 90s, 95, 6, 7, where people were pretty gun shy, that if you're waiting to October puts you at risk, of course, for the winter rains that are going to arrive. So yeah, I think referencing '02 and '99 might be benchmarks, but the level of ripeness in '08, while complete, might not be quite as, the alcohol potentials might be a little lower perhaps than in either of those vintages.